dozen local children's book authors spread out on Broadway in Saratoga Springs, setting up reading station in celebration of Longshot the Moose Day. And it's a day that was designed to spark the joy of reading in children. As they walked down the street, they were greeted with wonderful stories.
I raced to the stable, and what did I see? Two big antlers with eyes looking at me.
It's almost like Sesame Street.
I even gave you one of my warm woolly coats.
And instead of Big Bird, it's a moose, with kids gathering on picnic blankets, listening and learning.
You look in your sack and you just start to stare. You say to yourself, who put raisins in there?
Broadway in Saratoga Springs transforming into somewhat of a real-life Sesame Street, celebrating Longshot the Moose Day, an event where kids walking along Broadway met with 16 local authors and listened to great stories.
I like reading because there's so much to like. It's almost like a show because there's so much that you can do and stuff. So it's like you're in the book.
The day itself was inspired by a real-life event when a moose got lost and wandered onto the racetrack in Saratoga Springs back in 2009. And that led Vicky Odesso Dodd to write a series of children's books, giving birth to Longshot the Moose.
Actually, Longshot the Moose has become very loved in the city of Saratoga Springs, and he's involved in a lot of the parades and a lot of the events at the racetrack.
And last year, the city declared June 15th as Longshot the Moose Day.
It's a day not to sell books, just to read and inspire kids to fall in love with reading.
They can be themselves and let their imagination run wild with books like Witches, Bats, and Mystical Cats, written by our very own Julie Chapman.
The question becomes, who will you be? Because half of the fun is what others will see. Remember, it's more than a mask and a cape. This night is for you to briefly escape.
And who knows, those kids could very well be our future authors and create their own book series. And that's what happened to Anthony Rikiki. He started writing and drawing after meeting a writer as a child.
So I encourage kids, if you love your cat, if you love your little brother or sister, your parents, just write what you love, draw what you love.
I tell you what a fun day it was, just walking up and down Broadway, just listening to these fun stories. What was it like for you, though? Because you've done this twice now. This is the second annual.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for coming to that. It's so fun because the kids come in little groups, and then sometimes you sit alone with a child or with a group of 5 or 6, and they ask questions. But the whole goal isn't just to get them excited about summer reading, but also inspire them to write their own stories one day. And I think that happens when you can meet local people. I don't know about you, but whenever you meet somebody doing something that you hope to one day do, it's inspiring.
And yeah, and they look larger than life, and they make you want to do it too. So it's great. It was a good event all around.
Yeah, that's a great event. Again, thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.